This week we saw big groups of school kids come to London, run around the streets and protest against climate change. But that's not the only thing they were doing, and this is where the problem comes in. Now, their main issue is the Conservative government, and since 2010 when they came into power. According to these students, the government has had a lack of action when it comes to climate change.
Because of the inaction of the people in there, that isn't going to happen.
The people inside that building who have been over 18 for so many years aren't doing the same.
But we will be the grains of sand in the government's eye. We will bring them to tears.
Now, whatever your views are on this issue, whether you think climate change is, and the whole thing is a crisis, or whether it's a non-issue, or if you're in the middle thinking, regardless of either side, it's best to keep the world cleaner and greener, the facts haven't changed. Let's have a look at them. Since 2010, when the Conservatives came into power, the UK has been able to cut CO2 emissions by 25%. That has allowed us to go back to the levels where we were in 1888. Second fact, since 2010, the UK has massively increased the usage of renewable energy when it comes to production by 4 times. This has caused clean energy to go massively up and the usage of coal, which is the dirtiest form of energy, to almost basically disappear. Third fact, the UK is now by far the most attractive country for investors to invest in renewable energy. That's 61% of institutional investors who would consider the UK as the hub when it comes to cleaner energy. Now, these facts tackle the first problem. Why is it that these students don't know the stats, don't know what's actually been happening in their own country? In my opinion, it's because we have a massive problem in our education system which has been dominated by irrational biases. Individuals and groups that only care about their own hard-left agenda. For them, it's not about climate change. It's not about the environment. It's only about furthering their own hard-left Marxist views. This is why we saw students carrying Soviet Union flags, singing pro-communist and socialist songs. Singing "Oh Jeremy Corbyn." Thinking that's the solution. Not realizing that every single left-wing regime we've had throughout history across the world has done more damage to humanity and the environment, as opposed to the other side. Why do you think the UK is now doing better when it comes to tackling climate change? We're doing better when it comes to renewable energy, clean energy in general, including nuclear. It's because of free market capitalism. Who do you think invented these things? Did it come out of nowhere? Did it come through the clouds? No. Every single innovation, every single thing we've had in science is because of free market. It's because of individuals coming up with new ideas, creating them, and then selling them. Why do you think investors are coming to the UK to invest in the renewable energies? It's because we have a free market system. The government's job is to create an environment for investors and businesses to come to the country and trade with each other using the free market platform. We've never had a socialist or a communist regime actually doing something pro-environment, because it doesn't work. Orders from the state doesn't fix the problems. Orders through the market and demand does. People want a cleaner environment these days, so businesses create products that are cleaner. Yes, we have politicians who campaign for these issues, and that's fine. I'm absolutely fine with campaigning. The problem is when governments create regulations that actually stop innovation. Now, the second problem throughout the whole march was the level of maturity and the attitude when it comes to these students. These are the people who claim that 16-year-olds are old enough and mature enough to understand the reality, to understand how life works, and that they are informed enough to vote. Well, firstly, we already established that they didn't know the facts. Secondly, does this sort of language help? My message to all those kids who came on the street is, if you want to be treated as an adult soon, if you want to be treated as someone who is mature enough to make these decisions, then act like one. Stop climbing everything you see on the streets. Stop kicking things. Stop burning things. Stop disrespecting anyone else who doesn't believe what you believe. Have an open mind. Maybe you're wrong. Maybe both sides are wrong. Maybe there might be a middle ground. Just try to come out of your cult. Echo chambers don't work, whether they're right wing or left wing. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoy the contents, make sure you like, subscribe and hit that notification bell, and I'll see you tomorrow with a new video.